Greetings, welcome to another Fate Grand Order video. It has been a while, but it was a little bit of a slow time for Fate Grand Order with only having the Halloween events, and I think that was all we had recently? Can't really remember, but it is finally December, and that means we finally get not one, but two things here. So the first we are noticing here is that today, the Pseudo-Singularity of Salem was released, and with that comes the final class of Foreigner. And this basically completes the third and final class triangle for classes, in that if we look over here, we will see that Berserkers take double damage from Foreigners and deal half damage against them. So as you can see, Foreigners are specialized against Berserkers specifically, making them probably the most niche class in the entire game. But we're not done. Foreigners deal and take double damage from other Foreigners, so they basically kill themselves very, very quickly. And then Alter Egos take half damage and deal double damage against them. So the final triangle is you have Berserker on top, which links up to the other classes, dealing 50% and receiving 50%. And then they are effective against Alter Egos, and then Alter Egos deal damage are excellent against Foreigners, and Foreigners take down Berserkers or something around those lines. As you can see, Foreigners are probably the least populated class in the game, along with Moon Cancer, which I only have 3 servants, and yeah, we're gonna get Hokusai there, I think, in January or February. But let's take a look at Abigail and see what she can do. So she is clearly an art-based removal with 6. It's very nice right there. Clearly very nice for an arts-based team. So let's take a look at her skills. Charges party's MP gauge by 10% every turn for 3 turns, okay, and that cannot be increased. So 30% charge over 3 turns, and increases party's MP damage up to 30%. Not bad, so definitely, she's definitely built to go into an arts team, maybe a caster team, or even archer. So let's see. Then inflicts terror status to enemies for 3 turns, chance to stun them every turn. The debuff dispels once the enemy is stunned, and stun chance ignores debuff resistance and debuff success rate. Very interesting. So basically, this stun can never be avoided with skills. Well, at least with the resistance, immunity seems to still affect it, and it can go all the way up to 50%, so the stun chance is still random, but the defense down is pretty much okay there. And then last skill here we go is Witch Trial A+, reduces one enemy's MP gauge by 1, and reduces their attack for 3 turns. So this one really is, you're going to leave that at level 1, honestly. Reducing their attack is just a little bit extra. This one can definitely help. But reduces everybody's defense by 20%, and the chance for stun is not bad, although you want to prepare that for next turn normally. And then this one, you definitely want to level up to max 10 so that everybody deals a lot more damage. So let's say existence outside of the domain, gains 2 critical charges every turn, debuff resistance, buster performance, which kinda sucks, and increases own damage by 175. Here we go, this is why she has it. So Hollow Tree filled with a remnant of light removes one enemy's buffs. Very nice. That makes her the 2nd or 3rd servant that removes buffs before dealing damage. I think the first one being Tokisaka Toshiro there. No, what's it called? Amakusa. There we go. That's who has it. And then single target, 600 to 1000 damage. So not a lot of damage, unfortunately. And reduces the critical attack chance for up to 70%. I think the problem here is that the buff removal takes up a lot of the budget for this Noble Phantasm, and as such, it doesn't deal that much damage. But being able to remove all buffs before dealing damage definitely helps. And the crit chance down is okay, I guess. So let's see, what else do we have here that is interesting? Nothing that stands out as particularly rare for skills or essential. Oh, this thing here. Night Weeping Iron Stake, that's probably going to drop from the Singularity right now. And let's see, her Bond 10 Craft Essence, increase own MP damage by 30%, okay, that helps a little bit. And grants self instant kill immunity 3 times. Interesting. A little niche, but hey. And let's see, is there anything else? Nope. Looks like that is it for Abigail, so a pretty niche servant, although she can definitely fit in with most arts teams from what we can see, and she's decidedly against a single target that removes buffs, so not too bad. You might consider rolling for her if you run a lot of arts teams, or if you have problem with buff removal, because she can definitely fill that role. But that's not everything else. Then we are getting the second servant, Queen of Sheba here. Now, I'm usually not a fan of big busty lays, but she seems to have something about her with that simple smile. And the fox ears, obviously. Wait, is she a fox? I don't think she's a fox. Let's see. Female humanoid, queen, serpent. Okay, nope, doesn't seem like she is one. So let's see. Double arch, double buster with standard hits, although they're pretty good there. Although having 2 buster on a caster is a little bit odd. So let's see. What else we have here? Charisma B- increases attack, pretty standard. Increase on critical damage for 1 turn and ignores invincibility. This is probably the most important part there. Increasing critical damage. What's your star weight? Star absorption 51. Yeah, not that good. Okay, and so this is really what you wanted for. And increases party's arts and buster performance for 3 turns and gain 10 critical stars. Okay, that's pretty nice. Increasing both definitely helps a lot. Arts performance, debuff resistance, pretty standard. Now let's see, 3 enigmas. Deals damage to 1 enemy. Okay, a little bit of nice damage there. Reduces their defense, reduces their attack, and reduces their healing received. Up to 30%, that's not bad, but that's at 500 maximum charge, so normally you'll probably have it here at 10%, which kind of sucks. But yeah, other than that, it's really not that strong. She is a cash after other designed to spam it, generally speaking. Oh, we need more stakes, more of those stakes there. And let's see, when it comes to Queen of Sheba, increases party's buster and arts performance by 10% flat. Okay, not that particularly amazing, although having 10% performance on everything is definitely not bad. So Queen of Sheba, that seems like your bog standard caster, honestly. Wait, was that? It deals damage to 1 enemy. And other than that, she finishes up the trio of dark skinned queens that started off with Nidoqueez, then went with Cersei, and she finishes off. Well, she finishes it off, so not too bad in terms of collection, but nothing you want to, rush out and burn on your quads for, especially since she is only locked until you complete Salem. She's on the second banner. No, she's on the 3rd banner. Added to a summoning pool, but that's the normal summoning pool. If she appears in a special banner, then you don't need to complete Salem to get her from that banner. And lastly, Meza, a servant we saw well over a year ago, finally making an appearance yet again. Let's see, so female servant, weak commands, quick double buster, okay then, so quick and buster orientated. Let's see, increase on quick and buster performance, very nice. Increase on critical damage, okay then. Slide absorption is 91, not too bad. So it can go up to 20% and crit damage 30%, and very short cooldown, definitely nice, so that skill definitely consider leveling it. When stuff gut stats for 1 time and charge 1 MP guards from 10 to 20%. Yeah, pretty much base skill. Normally you level out just to get a maximum MP charge, but yeah, not that amazing. And increase on critical star absorption for 1 turn. There we go, that's what we're looking for. And removes on debuffs. Okay, so first skill combined with our 3rd skill is definitely what you're looking for. And put it together with the star generator like Jack, and she can probably deal the damage that you need her to do. Now let's see, magic debuff resistance, 20%, okay, that's actually very nice right there. So let's see, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Flying Quiet Spirit, Fire Tipped Spear. Damage to enemies, inflict burn 1000 for 5 turns. Now considering Kiyohime is soon going to get her, her rank up so that her Noble Phantasm applies the burn status, which doubles burn damage, that's definitely not bad. So that would be 2000 for 5 turns. And increases on MP damage before it activates first. Not bad. Okay then. So if you don't have any 5-star Lancers, dealing 40 extra damage on her Noble Phantasm is definitely not bad. Although it doesn't deal that much damage because most of it goes into this, which kind of sucks. So really for her, you want to focus on using critical damage with the 1st and 3rd skills for maximum efficiency. And maximum recharge rate and spamming her Noble Phantasm. So not a bad servant, and considering she isn't even locked, so she might appear on a random banner, so don't worry about trying to pull her in just yet. And lastly, we have Cersei, the very same Cersei that taught Medea how to use magic. Yes, it's that Cersei. I'm not really sure what kind of race she is, but the art's not that bad. So let's see what we have here. Argo related, alright, female humanoid serpent, which is pretty much standard. Let's see, anything standing out there? Not really. MP charge 0.39 for a caster is pretty much standard. So let's see. We have triple art stack, obviously. She's the caster, very nice. Charges on MP gauge. So yeah, up to 120%, which is honestly ridiculous. So all you gotta do is get this up to rank 8 at most, and you're fine, or even rank 6 or less, if you, depending on what craft essence you give her. So yeah, let's see. Oh, inflicts poison for 3 turns to all enemies, reduces their defense. Okay, now this skill I actually like, because it goes nicely with the poison servants that we have so far, which are Shutendoji and Serenity. I think Serenity applies the toxic status with her rank up, and then Shutendoji puts it on everybody and debuffs them, and then this here, you could be dealing around 6,000 to 8,000 damage per poison, well, in total with poison per turn. So if you're having somebody with a very high defense, that's definitely one way to go. Now let's see, arch performance, debuff sex rate, pretty much standard. Forbidden Revelry, deals damage to one enemy, transform them into plague for 1 turn. Similar to stun, but only works on certain enemies. I'm going to guess it only works on humanoid enemies. And deals okay damage, I guess, for a 4-star. And crit chance is pretty much extra. So, what do we need to level it up? A couple of 45. Ow, that's... Oh no, but that's for skill reinforcement, right? Okay then. So, oh yeah, and with Falcon Witch's Banquet, when it comes to Cersei, increases party's MP generation rate and MP damage by 10%. That's actually not a bad one. Definitely one worth considering getting, because it helps everybody launch a noble phantasm faster. So Cersei is definitely an interesting supporty servant that... Oh wait, we're almost... I forgot the last skill. Increases party's critical star generation for 3 turns and removes their debuffs. Ooh. The removes the debuffs part is definitely the best. So let's see what we have here. So selfish, skill, damaging, and defense down, and healing. So a bit of combination of supporty and damage orientated. Well, offensive orientated would probably be the best word. And she is not locked either, so she can appear on a random banner since she is released now. But we are not done yet, because let's see, oh yeah, it's December, and that means we are getting this year's Christmas event, and this year's Christmas event comes with 2 servants. Well, it's one for the Christmas event and one that's going to appear at the end of the year, as always. So first, it's Attila the Santa, yeah, as a cat, as an archer. So let's see, does anything about her stand out? So let's see, star absorption, very nice star absorption rate for pretty much standard for archers. Star generation rate, not too bad. Double quick, double arts, interesting. So let's see, first skill. Charges when LSMP got 10 to 20% and increases their critical star generation rate by 30%. Okay then. So basically she's helping somebody else give her stars. And let's increase one LSMP damage and the critical damage for 1 turn. Okay then. 30% extra actual damage. Now this is definitely a worthwhile skill here. And let's see, ignores invincibility for 3 turns. Increase on critical star absorption, not too bad. Increases on defense. And she is stunned after... Stunned so for 1 turn after 3 turns. Okay then, so basically she goes on a critical rampage and then she stuns herself basically. Well, let's see, what else do we have? Debuff resistance, quick performance, critical damage, and increase on damage. Okay then. Now Candy Star full turn raid, deals damage to 1 enemy, very nice damage, that's actually pretty nice. And gains a certain amount of critical stars depending on the level. So as an archer, she doesn't particularly stand out, but she's actually not too bad either. So if you've been short on archers, definitely consider grabbing her. Especially if you have a lot of arts archers available to you, she could definitely fill out that team very nicely. But then we're also not done. We also have the Christmas banner. And we are finally getting Ereshkigal here. She's finally showing up. So first we got Rin, then we're getting Ereshkigal. And then next year we're getting somebody else. But let's take a look at Ereshkigal, who's coming up at the end of the year. So let's see, Quake and Buster, very nice, 4 hits, oh, and 1 hit on the arts. That will definitely help with launching her Noble Phantasm. Anything else down? Oh, 28% death resistance rate, that's not too bad. So let's see, grants self invincibility, grants self debuff immunity, chance to grant self instant kill immunity, chance to accrete own buff removal resistance by 100% for 1 turn. Okay then. So that's definitely a very defensive skill. No debuffs, no. So yeah, the reason this is here is because even if you're invincible, debuffs can still affect you, like shooting dojis. So yeah, very nice defensive skill right there. Then increase on Buster performance and charges on MP gotcha by up to 50%. Very nice. Okay, then definitely want to level that skill up. And grants party protection of the underworld status for 3 turns. Enable additional effects from Rescue All's MP. Interesting. So increases party's defense, party's MP generation, and party's max HP. Interesting. The MP generation is very nice. So let's take a look at a Noble Phantasm and see what that means. Deals damage to all enemies, increases the attack of all allies with the protection of the underworld status by 20% for 3 turns. Increases on Buster, which activates first, 10% extra, up to 30% normally. And deals damage to all enemies, although the damage is a little on the low side, but it can be increased by 30 there. And it can be increased by itself. And then we also had Buster increase in here. And I think that was it. So, as it comes as a Lancer, and is that single target or multi-target? All enemies. Okay, then considering there aren't that many AoE Lancers, she's definitely not bad. Now, her main appeal is that she's basically the alter ego of Ishtar and another Ring character. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, she's got her little sock there on the opposite leg that Ishtar has it, I think. Because they are technically alter egos of each other. But, yeah. As a Lancer, she's definitely not bad. 5-star stats definitely help her out here. 16,000 HP is definitely nice right there. But outside of that, you don't need to try and get her. She's not meta breaking, at least not until the next actual Singularity shows up. Then we'll talk about that. But yeah, that's what's coming right now in December, either in the Singularity or in the upcoming Christmas banner or at the very end of the year. So where you want to spend your quartz is definitely up to you. But anyway, we will see you next time, hopefully January or February, where we actually get the new actual Singularity. So anyway, later.